you guys, there's like this, it's like this, I guess it's a trend where it is talking about there are ugly women or attractive women coming online basically begging for to be validated or wanting the attention of other men, or just basically they're saying like what do I have to do to be desired, because it seems like they are being ignored or passed over, if you will. Right? So all this is just very interesting. And then it's this girl I watch on YouTube. She was reacting to these videos. It's like they're all over TikTok. And she was saying like the only reason some of these women feel ugly, like yeah, it can be due to society standards and stuff like that, but you got to think about it. Who set these standards? Men, for the most part. And it's like they're looking for validation from men. They want to dress and do all these things for the male gaze. They're not even thinking about themselves or just trying to do things for themselves. It's all for the man. And then she was like mentioning like, well, what if the man wasn't there? This shit got dark. Jesus. Then she starts talking about, well, what if the man isn't there? Then what? And all this stuff. It's just like, it's so interesting to me. It's like, that's why it's important to actually, you know, like yourself, love yourself, look in the mirror every day, because it's like I don't know, it's like, it's really it was just sad. It's just sad just seeing that. What is this person? That was weird. That was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. But yeah, it was just sad seeing that, and saying that I understand why some women do vent about it, because it's like, yeah, you don't have pretty privilege and it seems like you're just invisible. Yeah, you may go online and start losing your shit. I understand that. But that's why, I don't know, just doing the work internally is so much better, because now you're basing all of your validation off of a man giving you a compliment or giving you attention. And I just know from when I was like younger, I would struggle with this a lot more when I was younger. And I remember this when I was in middle school. It was like one day I cared about it so much, like just male attention, all this stuff, right? And then there's adults telling me, no, don't focus on that. You don't want that kind of attention. But I'm like, you know, of course I don't want to hear that. I'm like, no. If I looked like Beyonce, I wouldn't be going through this, because it's like, you know, the girls who were deemed as desirable, they were treated nicer. Boys were nicer to them, not the ugly ones. I have a whole other story. Maybe this video gonna be kind of long. I have a whole other story, but I'm gonna tell this one. I didn't care that this I remember this kid, they would rate people from 1 to 10 in class based on appearance. And I remember, why is this dark? I hate this. Anyways, and I remember this one kid, you know, at first I was getting like ones and stuff or whatever BS. And then I remember one day this kid looked at me and he was like, well, Jewel, you're like a 7. You know, you're a 7. You're at, what's 7 out of 10? That's like a C average. So I'm like, average, right? I'm not thinking about it that far, but like, that's just the percentage it would be. So he's like, well, you're like a 7. Y'all, at that point, it's like, I looked at him and I'm like, a 7? It's like, y'all, I kid y'all not. Yes, that should have made me feel good, right? I should have felt validated because, oh, this male is validating me. He's saying I'm a 7. But no, y'all, I did not care. I was over it. I was like, okay, like, it's like, who the hell is this little peanut chew kid gonna tell me about what I look like or rating me on a scale of 1 to 10 of beauty and looks, etc.? Like, who is you? Like, whatever. Yeah, at that point, I was like, I didn't care. And I didn't like that. I was like, okay, so now my mood is dependent on how you view me. I'm giving you all that power. And it's like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. People still try to do it now. Believe it or not, they'll still try to do it now. It's messed up. But you have to stay strong. You have to stay mentally strong, or you will break. And then, man, it'll cause a bunch of problems that you do not want. But anyways, that situation, it's like just you stop caring. It's about how do you feel about you? What do I see when I look in the mirror? Not about what a dude sees. You know what I mean? But yeah, just really a bit much. And then another quick story time. This is when I was like real sad. I remember this. I was in, same thing, middle school. I was in dance class. And I remember it was like a group of girls, and I was in that group of girls. It was just a group of girls. We were just waiting, and there was a few dudes in the class, and they wanted us to pick dance partners, or the teacher was assigning dance partners, right? Tell me why none of the dudes was trying to dance with me or some of the other girls that they deemed as undesirable and ugly. It was like, bro, I was like, do y'all know how sad I was? It's like, yo, literally they was like, oh, I ain't trying to dance with none of y'all. Nah, y'all don't look that good. I can't be seen near you, even if it's in class. Y'all, it was so messed up. Like, they were actually in an uproar that they had to dance with us and possibly choose us as dance partners. Like the teacher was looking at them like they was being ridiculous, and then it's like they wanted to dance with some other girls who they saw that were, they deemed as desirable, but it wasn't enough for them in the class. Jesus, this is horrible. So I guess we was the ones that was left, and they was like, oh hell no, I ain't dancing with y'all. Like, y'all, it was so messed up. I'm like, bro, are you for real? Be for real. That I remember I ran home, and it was one of them days where I was like, well, I swear, if I looked like Beyonce, I would not be going through this. This is some BS. This is what I gotta deal with. Like, y'all, I was sad. I was a sad individual, but I just had to keep working on myself. But I ran home and cried to my mother. But yeah, I was that pissed me off. I was like, F these little ugly ass boys. Like, what the hell? Yeah. All right, y'all take care. Have a good night. This video is 8 minutes long. Jesus.